tutorial assumes that you know how to connect your Upair One drone to Mission Planner. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is go to your Flight Plan tab, and I think the first thing that's most important is probably to set your default altitude. And I've set my default altitude at 20 today, and I'm going to start dropping my waypoints out. And to drop a waypoint, you simply just put left click where you want your waypoint to be. Okay, and I'm going to be basically circling this retirement building. So what I'd like to do is maybe focus the direction of the camera to point at the building. So I'm going to right click where I'm going to want the camera to be directed to, and say do set ROI, and that's a region of interest. So now from point 1, waypoint 1, it'll start looking at this location till it gets to waypoint 3. It'll go straight from waypoint 1 to waypoint 3. It won't actually go here to waypoint 2, but it will direct the drone to face that direction, so your camera points there. You still have to operate your gimbal to gain that experience. Okay, and I'm going to set another one maybe here. We'll see what it looks like if the drone actually has to turn backwards to look at the next one. So from 3 to 5, it's going to kind of look here at 4. And why don't I put my next one here, kind of at the middle of the building. And I'm going to set my next waypoint to about here. So from 5 to 7, it's going to look there. And how about I put 6 here? Or sorry, 8. My mistake. At 8, I'm going to want to do a circle. So I'm going to select in my waypoint list down here that I want to do a loiter turns. And I'm going to do one turn at a circle radius of 8 meters at number 8. So when it gets here, it's going to do a turn in a circle 8 meters in diameter, or whatever. So why don't I come back in to avoid these trees here and head towards my home location. And I like to throw in an extra waypoint, such as right there, and then I use that one, my last one, to set my return to home. Okay, so now all I have to do is, I don't even have to, I could tell the drone to go straight from the ground to start the mission. I could launch basically in the auto mode and run the mission. But what you'll find is the drone will drift sideways as it slowly tries to head towards your waypoint and gain altitude to your 20 meters or whatever your altitude is for your waypoint. So in that event, you're going to probably want to set your first waypoint at your home location as a takeoff, and set your default altitude, and then once it reaches that altitude, it'll start heading to your next waypoint. That's a good tip. I discovered that the hard way by having the drone do unexpected things. So be aware that sometimes you think what's going to happen is what's going to happen, but it's not always the case. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to write this to the drone. We've already connected to our drone, and we're going to write this to the Upair One. So we're going to click this write waypoints right there, and it's done. So what I like to do is read the waypoints file off of the drone to see if it saves correctly. So this is going to clear my existing mission. Okay. And I want to say no to this resetting the home location, because it'll set it to where actually I'm sitting with the drone and not here where I'm going to be when I start this mission. Okay. So I guess the next step is to disconnect. Oh, no, for sure. If you haven't already done it, you're going to need to go to your radio calibration flight modes actually, and set your flight mode 6 to auto. Okay, and that allows you to use your IOC mode switch. Instead of being in IOC mode, it'll actually run the mission, and then you want to save the mode to your drone. Okay, once you've got that, then you can go ahead and disconnect. You can unplug your drone and go out to the field and run your mission. Alright, be right back. We'll be at location and we'll run this mission. Okay, I'm here at the retirement home. You can see it there. This is the location I had set on my map, and I'm about to get started. So let's turn on the transmitter, or the receiver, or whatever it is. Okay, get that started. Alright, you want to make sure your toggles are pushed away from you, and then I'm going to fire up the drone. Alright. We'll wait for some satellites. Alright, I'm ready to go. So, I'm going to power it up. And then I'm going to take off and I'll put it into auto mode. Okay. Into auto mode by pulling my toggles all the way to me. And there it goes. Look at those clouds. It probably should be fine. It's getting ugly out. Just so we can finish our mission. So it's following the mission as predicted. It's doing everything we wanted to. It's pointing at the building. That's what we wanted it to do. It's going to come towards me now, and you can see the arrow is pointing pretty much straight ahead. So it's coming right at me. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera, but I'm shivering a little. I didn't wear enough layers, I guess. But here it comes, and it's going to stop right about there and do its circle. So while it does its circle, I'm going to lift the gimbal a little bit. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry if the camera's shaky. That's what it sees. Been flying for 2 minutes already. And it should be heading back now. And it's going to land right there. Let's watch it come in. You know, considering the wind, it's trying to land pretty much where it took off. And I think it did not bad. Alright. That was awesome, eh? There. That's awesome. Oh, check that out. There's our stats for the flight. Okay. Let's see that. Okay. Stop recording.